Hey there, welcome to today's video. Now in today's video, we will be sharing with you how you can make your videos in a car. This is also the behind the scenes of how we make our videos in a car. In general, we use 3 cameras and 1 light source, but depending on how huge or small the vehicle is, we may change the setup a little bit, but it generally remains the same. The reason why we are making this video is because we see many people trying to make in-car videos or in-car shots or even car video shoots, and we see many of them using extensive amounts of equipments. Well, sometimes these equipments may give you better video quality, but the direction we are taking in this video is to teach you how to make your videos in a vehicle mainly for conversion, which means that your videos are made in the direction of bringing in clients, leads, prospects. The general outcome of your video is meant to be made for people to see, to get excited about your car videos, and of course return to you or come to you to buy your products or maybe your car or your rental services or whatsoever. So what we will be covering in this video is not just how you can set up your cameras, but mainly the camera angles, which will give you the best angle to get your clients and viewers, of course, really excited about what you are showing them. To put things in perspective, this is the driver's seat, and on my right is the GoPro. Now this GoPro is placed here, and the main purpose is not to record myself, but rather whoever is sitting on your left. So the GoPro is here facing towards the left side of my shoulder. Everything on the left should be captured. And of course it takes a bit of estimation, but you can connect the GoPro to your phone to align it in the perfect direction that you want it to be in. The other thing about this GoPro being placed here is that although it is aiming towards your left side, it is okay if you are partially in the shot, because then it gives viewers a better perspective of the vehicle, and what they really want to see is generally how the vehicle looks like and the controls, and that to them is really interesting and cool. We connect the GoPro to the window using a 2-point sucker. This 2-point sucker has a neck here. Now the neck is not important, but it is important to get one which has a ball head. Now this allows you to turn the angle left, right, up and down of your GoPro. Having a ball head that connects your sucker to your GoPro is important because it allows you to rotate your GoPro left and right, up and down to the perfect position that you want. Now of course, because these equipments are used in a car, we try our best to stick to metallic components or equipments, but sometimes it's not so easy, so you just try your best to get metallic ones, and if you can't, then obviously you just try to get the best plastic ones that you can find. For the light source, we usually try to mount it around the center of the vehicle. The light source is usually pointed towards myself, or maybe the left side, or in general the back if you're going to record everyone in the vehicle. The light that we use is a Nunlite Litho-Lite 5C. It is a really portable light, so we like to bring this around wherever we go. It also acts as a night light for us when we are traveling in the dark. Now, if you're wondering where to get these equipments and components, we will leave the links to these equipments and components in the description below. Do check out these links and get your equipments from these sources as much as possible, because we have tried so many sources, and even though some of them show really nice, reliable pictures, when we get them, we realize that the quality is pretty inferior. And I think that as a videographer, you know how important it is for us to protect our cameras, especially when these are quite expensive equipments. So the links that we share in the description below will be where you can get the reliable and stable equipments and components that will definitely protect your camera and equipments. One of our most important cameras will be at the front of this vehicle. Now that is the Insta360 ONE X2. Before I share about the setup, allow me to share a little about our sponsor for today's video. Now our sponsor for today's video is Car Club SG. They are an amazing car sharing company. We love Car Club SG, and you know, they are really amazing in terms of the vehicles that they have. They have a huge variety of vehicles that you can rent on a day-to-day basis. And of course, even if you want them for about say an hour or so, you can just rent their vehicles. Now what I love about Car Club SG is the huge variety of vehicles that you can rent from them. You may have a job to attend to, maybe you want to do your marketing, or you want to go out with your family and friends. And having a private vehicle, you can travel at your own time, you can drop off anywhere you want to, and of course it also gives you a lot of bonding time, right? You can sing, you can talk about private matters, which are pretty much things that we don't do on a public transport. So having a private vehicle is really amazing and good, and so if you're looking for a variety of really good vehicles, then do check out Car Club SG. Now I'd like to share a little tip to all of you. I realized that Car Club SG has very low mileage cost, which really is the main cost as you travel from point A to point B. That's something that you want to check out, because I was looking through their cost for, you know, the vehicles, the different type of vehicles, as well as their mileage cost, and their mileage cost is really low. So this allows you to travel really far and you don't actually have to pay a huge amount. Alright, so with that, let's go out and look at the camera that is mounted at the front of the vehicle. Alright, so at the front of the vehicle, we use a 3-point suction cup holder. Our holders actually have these arms that can fold up, but I don't think that is very important. And it's connected to our 360 camera. The Insta360 has very good image stabilization, and that is really important because for certain vehicles, the front boot actually vibrates a lot. Now, the other thing is that we use this string to attach to the front of the vehicle. So for most vehicles, they have these small holes that you can actually go into. They are ventilation holes. You can connect them through these holes and come up again and attach to your sucker. Or for this case, we're actually attaching it to the front side of the wiper. Okay, so of course we are pushing it all the way closer to the motor so that it will not affect this wiper at all. We can actually move the wiper without affecting this sucker pump. Now, if you're wondering what kind of string would work, you do not need to get the metallic cables that videographers use. And I've always challenged people to try to break them and they can't. So the first one would be raffia string. Raffia string is extremely strong. You don't have to spend so much on a cable, just get some raffia string, tie it to your vehicle or whatever you want to secure, even in your videography jobs, and it will work perfectly. The second thing is actually twine. Now, not the white twine, but the brown ones. The brown ones are very strong, and I would almost say that the only one way that you can really break a twine would be to cut it with a scissors. Otherwise, it would hold on really strongly. Test these two out because they are really strong and they will be able to hold a lot of weight, even the weight of a few cameras. Now, I shared in another video a huge issue with the Insta360 ONE X2. The Insta360 ONE X2 has a huge issue with this screw portion here. And many people realize that maybe due to over screwing or maybe even light impacts, this portion would actually pop off. So the whole thing actually breaks off. To protect your Insta360, we would recommend having this metal cage. I would say that it's not easy to find a good cage, but this is a pretty good one and it works really well. What this cage does is that you can use it to protect your Insta360 from breaking at the bottom. There are two ways to connect it. The first way would be to use these fingers, these GoPro fingers. These are magnetic, so you can just put it close and it sucks back up. And the one that we always use is this screw point here. So we just screw it in and it will hold very snug and nicely. What we do is to just screw this portion in, and I like to make the viewing screen facing the driver's seat, although I turned it off so we can't really see much, but it helps me when I turn on the camera to know that it's working. So I just press once and I wait for the sound, and when I sit in the vehicle, I should be able to see the screen turn on for a while. Now finally, I'd like to share a little on how we transport these equipments around. So I see many people using very huge casing and boxes, and of course those are very helpful and will protect your equipments, but sometimes you may not need to protect it so much. So I'll share a little on how we protect our equipments. Now these are semi-hard boxes, and these boxes are easily available in the market. So this is how I bring my GoPro around. I've got a section here for my batteries. So we just put the GoPro batteries in. I've got a cleaning cloth for every camera that I have, and then the GoPro sits in here. Okay, so I just close it up this way, and this is more than sufficient for a GoPro. For the lighter equipments, we use this bag. This is the premium TNG bag. We call it a premium TNG bag, and one of these bags actually costs $10, and the reason why is because this works as a multi-purpose bag. Now, first of all, this is premium plush, so it's pretty thick and it protects all our equipments, our batteries, our cameras. Practically, if we are in an emergency, we would just throw everything into this bag and it would actually protect everything. Okay. Now, the other reason is actually because this is made with the kind of material that you use to clean glass. So even like, say example, this car glass down here, turn it off. If I clean the glass, it becomes very clean. Okay, so this is the material that you use to clean like your spectacles. So example, this mirror here, I can use this to clean. You can see that the whole mirror gets really clean. So this works as a double purpose for our cleaning of our camera equipments, or our camera lenses and camera screen. I would recommend this. You just make sure that it's not heat washed and it will work really fine. Okay, so we have a lot of these TNG premium plush bags that I would totally recommend you using for the protection of all your equipment. Finally, we come to our recording equipment. I'm very sure you can hear a difference in the audio now, and the reason why we are doing this is because I want to show you that there are many really good ways to record your audio that can sound really good. So the first way, of course, is that we use a lavalier mic that goes through a wireless transmitter to the camera that you're seeing me from. The other way would be just to use your mobile accessories or your mobile phone, and you can just rest it on the front of the vehicle or hidden maybe right behind the steering wheel. Okay, so anywhere which is stable, you can just hide it, and usually picks up a really good amount of audio. Alright, so that's the audio equipment that you can use when you are recording. Another idea that we use often is to plug a lavalier mic directly into our mobile phone and record from the lavalier mic into the mobile phone. Alright, so thank you so much for joining us in this video. Now, I hope this has been really informative and helpful to many of you. And I would love, of course, to see some of the in-car video shots that you are going to make in future. Please do let me know when you make in-car videos. Maybe you can tag me on Instagram or email me, and I will definitely watch your videos, or even the photos that you take. You know, I'd love to see these photos. Now, thank you so much for joining us. Please help us by liking this video, subscribing to us, and sharing this with other videographers or anyone whom you think this video can be really helpful to. And we will be happy to see you in our next video. Join us in our travels and our product reviews and unboxing. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much once again. Stay cool, stay awesome, and be your best always. Bye.
I'm saying let's go. You're saying maybe. Let's find a disco. You're stuck at home being so lazy. Hey. Give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some, give me some energy.